Clear from behind the starting stalls. They're often racing for the Foundation Stakes. Persist was very slowly away. My Prospero, the short price favourite, got away well. So too did Sierra Blanca. And it's Sierra Blanca that leads in the white and black colours to Rousset. King of Conquest now moving up into a prominent posse as well. My Prospero just taken back by Marquand, the yellow colours there in around about fourth. Then the striped sleeves of There's the Door. Bill Silvers is in the grey colours. Persist is last but one. And Savvy Victory has been taken right back by Ryan Moore as they make their way through the first 2.5 furlongs or so. So it's Sierra Blanca in the hands of Harry Davies that leads, to Rousset, the red sleeves, racing in second. Then King of Conquest in third. There's the Door is short of room and taking a bit of a hold right up that rail. My Prospero towards the outside as they go inside the final 3/4 of a mile. They're then followed towards the outside by Bill Silvers and Persist, the blue cap, last but one. And Savvy Victory is at the back of the field. So they're making the turn round the outer loop here. And it's Sierra Blanca that leads them, to Rousset in second. King of Conquest up the inside in third. Then My Prospero, who's poised in fourth spot, followed then on the inside by There's the Door. Then Bill Silvers. Persist a little bit closer now. And then right at the back of the field, the yellow and red of Savvy Victory. They're starting to make the turn now for the home straight and starting to come down the hill. The fastest part of the race about to happen, and it's Rousset that goes on to Sierra Blanca in second. My Prospero, the yellow and purple colours. Marquand still sits pretty on the outside of King of Conquest. They're then followed by There's the Door. Bill Silvers tries to get a bit closer. Then Persist and Savvy Victory. Once again, they're coming towards the centre of the track as they head on down towards the final 3 furlongs in the Foundation Stakes. And it's Rousset that leads in the hands of Sean Levy, to Sierra Blanca in second. My Prospero being asked a question or two now by Tom Marquand, who's extricated for a run. Then King of Conquest is being asked a question or two as well. Down towards the closing stages they come inside the final 1/4 of a mile. Rousset still leads. My Prospero now asked for everything and he's beginning to find a decent finishing kick. Then King of Conquest persists from the back of the field as well. Inside the final furlong they go. Towards the near side, My Prospero. Rousset is persevering down the centre of the track. Then King of Conquest and Persist. But it's My Prospero who's beginning to get up. King Conquest is battling hard in second, but My Prospero, class will out. King of Conquest finished in second. Rousset finished in third. Persist in fourth.
Maureen Haggas alongside me has seen My Prospero get his head in front in listed company. What's your initial reaction to that?
Well, relieved that he's won, really. I mean, look, there are a lot of things today that weren't ideal, the main one being the ground, but he coped with it and, yeah, he did enough.
Something I spoke about off air with you at the start of the day, the fact that he had cheek pieces declared but he was intended to run at air, then obviously pulled out none today. What was the story behind that?
Well, I think, you know, the hope was that he'd win today and we'd keep the cheek pieces for when he ran next time, obviously in a higher grade than this. So that was really, I think, on reflection, what we thought.
Okay. And will that be back at Ascot for the Champion Stakes?
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully. I mean, he seems to run the same whatever grade you run him in, so we may as well go back to Group 1.
Listen, he's been beat twice, I think, in Group 1 company under a length, once by half a length. So he's got the ability, yes?
He's got stacks of ability, stacks of ability, but he's it's just concentrating his mind on the job in hand and not on all the other things going on around him. You know, he needs to. He's just not really engaged, and he's doing, you know, he's a very talented horse, and we just haven't seen the best of him this year.
Is there a particular part of the race that perhaps Tom feels or you feel that is most prevalent, where he's not really got his mind on the job, or all of it?
Yeah, the end.
Yeah, the key part.
Yeah,
because the early part of the race he seems all right, doesn't he?
Yeah, he just, you know, he does hit a flat spot. He didn't particularly today, but he you know, I think because he is so talented, he finds life very easy, and he's just not with the program. He's not concentrating. I don't know, you know, it's just him. So I would say cheek pieces or something like that would definitely help keep him focused.
Understood. Great stuff. Well, I'm pleased he's got his head in front, and good luck on Champions Day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Winning rider on My Prospero, Tom Marquand. Take me through the race, please, Tom.
To be honest, actually, the first half actually worked out a lot nicer than I thought it would for us, because there was, on paper, seemingly a bit of a lack of pace, but fortunately, obviously, the horse on our outside that hadn't run for a while, coming over from O'Brien's, had went forward and actually just gave us a really nice toe down into the race. And look, he picked up nicely on ground that's probably tougher than he'd like, and ultimately probably just got there and just waited a touch. But he's got his head in front, and look, he's in great form. He's obviously a beautiful big physical type, and his head's back in front, so he's back on track.
We've just spoken to Maureen Haggas. She's been quite open about the fact that he doesn't show his full amount of ability on the racecourse and thinks about it late on. So with that in mind as his rider, how do you sort of try and counter that, or how did you there?
Ultimately, it's been pretty tough on a few occasions, to be perfectly honest, because I've sort of gone over the line thinking there was more there to get out of him, which has been hard because a couple of times we're in some of the world's biggest Group 1s, and you think like how much ability he must have in the tank to be able to do that. So it's been hard, but he's run to a very high level on a lot of occasions now, and he's proven himself at that level. So look, I'd well imagine he'll go back there, and look, you put a good horse in front of him, he'll chase it down, and whether he can finish the job off is another matter. But he's a beautiful big horse with plenty of ability, and look, as long as the ability's in there, we'll try and find a way to get it out of him.
Can't he pull him up today?
It's the reason that we had the blip with him last year in France. To be honest, he won at Saint-Cloud when I went over there in the evening, and did similar to today. Was just waiting on them, but won, with a good amount in hand. Couldn't pull him up, and subsequently ended up coming down because he wouldn't turn and wouldn't pull up at the same time, which at Saint-Cloud you run into a dead end. So look, that was his. That was a low point for him last year, and it's why he had that extended break. And it was a shame, and I had visions of that happening when he was chasing our other horse, Persist, down into that bottom bend, or the dead end, sorry, should I say. So look, he's pulled up, he's safe. He's also won, which puts us in a good spot with him.
Yeah, I like him even more now. It feels like there's a challenge now. We got this. We've just got to get. Well, you've got to get this horse's Group 1, because I feel all the ability's there, but it's all got to click.
Yeah, that's it. Look, hopefully we'll get out over them.
Well done.
Cheers. Thanks.
Subscribe to Racing TV's YouTube channel now to watch more great races like this.